Is it? Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good morning from Tilsonburg, from the very famous and prestigious studio of Cherished Pieces in Tilsonburg, Ontario. Welcome.
I thought you were going to say the big metropolis of Tilsonburg.
Oh, but we could have said that. The sign says 19,000 now,
Ooh,
you know?
It's huge.
But I think that it's probably more than that.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But anyway, it's hard to believe because I remember when I first came here, like in 1990. Anyway, April 30th, 1990, I started a job in Tilsonburg. That's 100 years ago. And the town was under 10,000 people.
I think your math is off today.
1990.
100 years ago?
Well, no, but, you know. Because some of these people, you know, if it's anybody young watching, you're going, oh, I wasn't even born then. There's some of those.
Well, growing up in Elmer, the population was forever 5,500. I remember that. Like, probably for 10 years. I don't know what it is now, but...
Probably 5,500.
No, I'm sure it's a lot more. It's probably doubled by now.
Yeah, it's funny how that just slips up on us. So, we have some good morning people there. There's Diane and Cindy and...
Saw somebody from Toronto. I think it was Connie. So we're all over the place.
Oh, good morning, good morning.
It
It is nice to see everybody.
It was chilly this morning. You know, since we had some warm days, it was like, oh, I don't want to get out of the
Well,
covers.
I was like, I'm not quite sure that if my hair... Tammy says my hair is dry. It might be just dry. But I was running kind of late and behind, and I was like, ran to the car, and then I have no idea what the temperature was like, other than it wasn't raining on me because I was in a hurry and flustered. But that's the way it goes. But we've got, you know, some reasonable temperatures. Spring is happening. I see lots of people with their beautiful spring daffodils and hyacinths blooming, and it looks very pretty, and it's, you know.
Cutting the grass.
Yeah, we haven't got ours cut yet. But being an optimist, I planted some lettuce that I had picked up, you know, that's already kind of started. And I picked up 3 different kinds of lettuce and a basil plant, and I planted them in my above ground planter. It said it's supposed to be frost, you know, that it's frost friendly a little bit, but we'll see. I was going to have to water them last night, but Mother Nature took care of that.
Oh, that's always fun. I like that.
Anyway, I just thought, you know, it's nice just to see a little bit of green growing there, because my chives, even though it's an above ground planter, my chives came up again. So
Chives are good.
yeah. So
All right.
okay.
Well, we've got some stuff here on our table, so we should probably get going.
I like what you've picked out for today.
Okay, so for door prize, the first one is a tea towel. It's got some springy things, some berries on it. And then a Canadian panel with the moose. This is like a 36 by 44 inch panel. And then I thought, oh, it's spring, we want some color. So all the things peeking out of the ground. You know, the nurseries. I keep getting all these things across my Facebook feed about all these nurseries, what they've got for sale and the plants that they've got available. And
You know, I noticed just even driving by our Canadian Tire that they had lots of colorful plants out, and I thought, that seems a bit early because it's usually Mother's Day.
well, it's only like 2 weeks away, so maybe they're,
Yeah, it just seemed,
I don't know.
yeah, I was a little surprised. But I mean, I would love to run to the nursery and get stuff, and it's just like not going to happen yet. But it is a lovely time of year for that.
All right, so make a comment, and then we'll draw at the end. And then we have a couple more draws today.
Yeah, we have draws and some other things too.
And some events coming up.
So, where would you like to start, Miss Tammy?
Well, this weekend. What's happening this weekend?
Well, this weekend there's 2 quilt shows on the go, but Cherished Pieces will be featured at the Oxford show. So
Pieces
we are
of Magic.
Yeah, Pieces of Magic, and it's at the Embro Community Center, and it's Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from I think it's 10 to 4.
Yeah.
So we will have a booth there, and they always have some beautiful quilts. It's a very talented guild, and I understand the Thames Valley group in London also has a quilt show, so it's kind of quilt show season.
There's no place to be bored.
No, there's just you know what? Quilt shows are a lot of fun because you just get inspired and you see different things and different colorways and it's social.
Yes, I've noticed that. It's very social and yeah.
There's a tea room and people visit and they bump into each other and
A little bit of shopping happening.
Oh yeah, the shopping. A lot of people like to do a little shopping at the quilt show. So we will have an interesting assortment for you. Some things that we won't be that you wouldn't have seen here yet.
Okay.
We like to have a few surprises.
Um,
I did want to mention I have there is at the end of the month May 27th, 28th, and 29th. That's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We have a retreat at the Elmhurst, and I actually have some openings available, which is unusual for May, but we have some openings. So if that would be of interest, please call and let us know, and we'll get you signed up. So there's not a lot of openings, but there are some. Well, Kathy just said, thanks for bringing joy. Well, we love to be joyful. We're glad that you are happy to see us this morning. So we have some openings for that retreat coming up. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Okay.
And I'll let you carry on here.
So the New Hamburg relief sale is coming up. So we have the little booklets in the store. That is May 30th to 31st. That's always a great quilt show, auction, food venue to check out. I'm sure most of you know about it, but if you don't, we've got the little booklets that detail everything.
It's a fabulous fundraiser. And this year they have some quilts that you can just buy.
You just buy. There's a list in the book.
And you can look them up online.
So that's fun. And then we also wanted to highlight Edna's Travels. She does these travel tours. Maybe you can speak to them a little more than me.
Well, I've never been on one. But
no, they sound so much fun.
Bus trips.
Bus trips. So she's doing some tours in 2025. There's an Ontario Polka Run from Windsor, and there's some other ones. So
she's done river cruises to Europe and gone to Missouri Star, but I think she's doing a lot of Canadian ones.
Yes, so check that out if you're looking for a fun girlfriend travel week.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
or a day or a couple of
something.
days.
Just check out Edna. She's lots of fun.
Oh, Edna and Russ, they are salt of the earth. They're wonderful people. And I
think
think there's probably lots of people on there who've been on some of her fun trips too.
I also wanted to highlight a new class that we're offering Wednesday, May 14th with Louise. This is New York Beauty. So you're going to be making this block and then making 4 of them so that you can make this size of little either wall hanging or you could turn into a pillow, whatever you want. But it's to get you comfortable making the New York Beauty block, and then you can go from there.
Yeah, so it's another technique class. So, this is a very, it's just a day to learn the technique. It's not a big investment of fabric, but if you love this, you could make a great big quilt with all kinds of colors. And I mean, Louise has picked something, this is very Louise style, very bright, but, you could pick out any kind of colors.
So it's very doable.
It is very doable, but it's a great way to learn to see if this is something you'd like to do. And you're seeing a lot of these popping up again. There's a real resurgence. It used to be years ago, Karen Stone did a lot, and she was very, very popular and well known for that. And I'm seeing,
lots of people are doing
lots of people. I'm seeing a real resurgence of that, and that's really nice.
So for this class, you're going to need, you don't need a special ruler. You do need the book that goes with it, and 6 different fabrics. Could be as small as a 10-inch square to a fat quarter. So you can call us if you want to sign up for that. And it is online on our website.
Okay.
So should we do these?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, so on our Facebook page, you'll notice a little while ago we had a contest. If you liked the quilt and shared it with 2 people, I believe it was.
Yep.
Your name was entered into a draw to win this little quilt. It's a little lap size.
It has these fun little cats on bicycles and stuff. It's very whimsical.
So we're going to draw that today. So we appreciate anyone who took part. And you want to do the draw?
Okay, how about we do it like this, behind the back? We just kind of, okay.
All right.
Because you're going to do the next one and do it that way.
Okay. So the winner is Judy Nab Schonberger.
Huh, Judy Schonberger.
That's right. The knob threw me off. I know who Judy is. Congratulations, Judy. So you can come pick up your prize. We'll hold that for you.
And ladies, this jar should have been one heck of a lot bigger.
So this is our Fat Quarter Frenzy jar.
And what you do is you come in and you buy any fat quarter you like in here, like you have in the store. You buy it, you put it in the jar, and ta-da, every once in a while we are going to make a draw. And when we pull out your name, because your name will be in the fat quarter, you will win that whole thing. So
what I thought, because that's going to be difficult, we could dump it in the basket. It'll be easier to...
Okay. So we're dumping these all in the basket.
And we're going to shake it up, shake it up.
Shake it up. And now you're going to turn around.
All right.
And
Ready?
you're going to just reach back there and pull.
Okay.
And pull one out.
Okay.
And we're going to see who the winner is.
So Pat Waterworth is the winner. So she wins all these blue and green fat quarters. So we'll give her a call. If you're watching, Pat, congratulations. If not, maybe you can tag her or let her know. But we'll definitely give her a call. So thank you for participating in a little fun.
And like, how many did she win? Quite a few there.
Well, let's see.
Should we count them? What the heck? Let's just see.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 22.
22. So that's just over 5 yards of fabric. 5.5 yards, right? Mm-hmm. 5.5 yards of fabric she won for investing and buying one fat quarter.
So that's a fun little thing. Okay.
So yay for Pat, and I think that's pretty neat.
All right, what do you have?
Well, you know what? I was watching, with our brown bag program, I mean, you can still get brown bags from us. The clue number 4 just went out. And so clue number 5 and the big reveal is May 10th. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But even when that happens, if you look at that quilt and go, and those samples and go, I'd love to do that. We are very happy to make up a kit for you. So those videos are going to stay up for a year. So they're up until the next one comes out. So they'll be up till next February. And so there will be more of those, and it will be interesting to see some of these quilts that are being made. Now, this is done by Karen Montgomery. She designs the pattern. She also has a large Facebook group called 9 Patch a Day, and we've talked about that a bit. Well, they have started, and I'm going to just show you this picture here of this block. It doesn't really look, I wish I'd had a color picture of it. It's called Wheel of Fortune. And they put it out on Sunday night. So if you go to 9 Patch a Day and you
like
go...
this past Sunday night?
Just the other day. So she's going to be doing it sort of like a summer sew-along, and it starts... The cutting instructions will come out June 15th, and this goes right to July 27th. And with this block, and it's very compatible with layer cakes. So I just brought a few of these of our layer cakes down. She has a more traditional one in her sample that she has. But I just looked at some of these and went, these would be fabulous in that quilt, any of them. So you could use scraps, but like a 10-inch square, and you want to have 2 that are identical. And most layer cakes will always have 2 the same, as you go through them. Mm-hmm. So they are absolutely perfect for doing this project. So there is not going to be a pattern available. You have to follow along. Her instructions are there, and you would do it through the summer. So it's a summer sew-along, and it's great for pre-cuts. It will be approximately 74 inches without a border, but you could easily add a border. It's set on point. You're going to get lots of great tips and instructions. Those of you that... Also, somebody saying, I've done her summer sew-along in the past, and it turns out beautiful. Who was that? Just above Leslie Drake. Patty Glasgow. Anyway, so it's just nice to get that testimonial. Thanks, Patty. But this looks like it's going to be a really pretty quilt, and lots of fun. And it's a free program.
Well, it also says too, if you don't have the layer cake, you can use 13 assorted fat quarters. So
yeah, she's got all kinds
of fun.
Yeah, so I just printed this. This sheet was available on there to print off. So I printed that off, and I thought, I actually ran back in the house to get it this morning because I wanted to let people know. It doesn't start till June 15th, but if you've got a beautiful layer cake, in your stash, or you'd like to pick up a beautiful layer cake, here.
It's a good way to use one.
And her teaching methods are so very good. And this one, I think they said this one was okay for directional fabric. This one is okay for directional fabric. I know that we did not do directional fabric for the brown bag mystery, but this one will work for directional fabric, and she was talking about that on Sunday too. So you can go back and pick that up and watch her. And I just thought this would be fun. The Summer Sew Along is starting up, and as we're one of those few symposium shops, and we will have supplies and information available.
Okay.
And there's, good morning, Margaret. There's Margaret saying good morning. And do you know what is the date today?
The 30th.
This is Margaret's last day of work. She is officially retired tomorrow.
So it's going to be party time.
Well, we're excited because she's going to be doing a bunch more teaching for us. Margaret's going to be the one that's doing the kids' classes this summer. And I know she's got a daughter getting married, so she's got lots on her plate. But we're excited to be able to have her around more. So that will be good. I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun at work today, Margaret. There'll be lots of tears for those who will be missing you.
Okay, we have some fabrics to show today. We have these, I don't know if you've noticed or if you've ever used any of these. These are like a vintage texture by Wilmington Prints. They're the same people who do dry brush. And we just love these because they have such interest, different colors and some shading. They're very vibrant, so you can see this magenta.
Oh, yeah.
Just lights up.
It does. And I want to tilt that a bit just so you get the feel of that more.
The only thing is they don't have color names. And then there's, that's more purple. It looks...
Yeah, these are beautiful.
There we
colors.
go. That's more the...
Sometimes we just have to get it in the right light so that you can see the more of the true color.
Good movement in there, some shading and then some lights. That's, I think, what makes it interesting.
We really like to have some nice blenders for you. And this is dry brush.
So same company. It's just a little bit of a softer texture on there.
And these have been really effective. So we have a few that are maybe a more pastel.
And it definitely looks like a little more springy.
Yeah,
we were thinking of that.
I was just taking this one out. Look how pretty.
Like a green garden kind of.
And here's a nice orange. It's like a melony more of a melon color, isn't it?
Oh, melons would be good. I don't know why colors make me think of food.
That's okay.
Oh, I guess.
And then we have some fun glow-in-the-dark. I think we should have mentioned that those were, I think, 18. We've got some glow-in-the-dark Halloween fabrics that have come in. It's that time of year we're starting to see our seasonal stuff come in.
Yeah, so unfortunately we're skipping from spring to Halloween. But that's how it works, right? So there's some fun little skeletons, and these are glow-in-the-dark, Cynthia already said. And these are 16 a yard. I mean, if you want to have a Halloween quilt done, you might want to start, right?
Yeah,
little trick-or-treaters.
We've got a really different line. I think it comes out in, I'm trying to think if it's May or June. Maybe May. Our big Halloween line that we had ordered.
Yeah, things always come out a little early.
You know, because Christmas is June, July. Look at that one. And, glow in the dark is so much fun, Wilma. And these girls, I remember last year when we got our glow in the dark. Remember you guys put them on a cart?
Here, I'll take them.
You had them on a cart and...
we wheeled them into the bathroom so we could see if they actually glowed in the dark. We have to be able to promote.
Oh, yeah.
So
hey, you know what? I think there's some good show and tell today too, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to do that? Yeah.
And then we'll get the rest of your stuff that you've got over here to look at. Look at Mary. Mary Rain is so much fun. And look at, she just does fun quilts.
Oh, that was so much work. It was so fun to look at.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on. It's adorable.
Very detailed.
I think, how could you not be happy working on something that fun?
Well, that's another one that she put a lot of work into. Very fun. And there's Marlene with scrappy string quilt.
And I just saw it. They just had their 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw
Over the weekend.
I saw a picture
Congratulations.
on Facebook, and I went, oh, look at that. And there's Kat. She did this quilt for her grandmother. I just love this quilt.
It's all blues. It turned out nice.
Mm-hmm. And these ladies, this is a quilt that is going to be raffled at the Ancaster Fair. And we have a president and a past president, and I'm sorry I don't have their names with me this morning. I meant to, because we wrote them down, because they were in shopping for fabric for next year. But this is a lovely quilt, and this quilt can be, you can purchase a ticket to win it for the Ancaster Fair later this year. Oh, Sue,
There's
look at
Sue
that.
with her chandelier.
Oh, is that Lori Holt?
It is. So
Yeah, look.
pretty. Oh, we
There's-
have lots of show and tell. There's Lucy with Scrappy. Those are always fun. I love them.
Yeah.
And I think this is the back of it. Yeah, she did a reversible. Which is always a good idea.
Yeah, she's just using up lots of her fabrics. Oh, and this looks like one of the pretty 3-yard quilts.
It is, and it's a Christmas theme. This is Sally with a t-shirt quilt for, I think, a grandson,
Oh, Sally, nice job.
which would have been a lot of work, a lot of
Yeah,
t-shirts.
he'll be very happy to get that. And this is Sue Koopman. This is a Christmas quilt. If you're following the sew along that Margaret has been doing on Fridays, she's been showing her progress. This is Sue Koopman's finished one, and it's just lovely.
I love the bow border. That's so fun. Lots to look at there, too.
Yes, there is. And here's Shelley. This is Shelley Crandall.
There was a story with this one, rescuing a quilt.
Yes, yeah, something, I think it had been really worn, and she redid a whole bunch of seams and stuff, trying to get some more time out of it. It's been well loved.
Mm-hmm. That looked really good.
Oh, Cindy, didn't she do a gorgeous job
She
of
did.
this?
Oh.
Just love it. You should
Very
be so
nice.
proud of yourself, Cindy. I know Gladys is looking at that and just clapping, and so proud of you too. That was a fun class. We'll have to do that one again, but she just did a beautiful job. I love the big smile on her face. Oh my.
There's Erin with her huge quilt. Turned out very
She
nice.
said that was going on their bed. That would
Okay.
scare me a little bit.
It's a very bright.
No, it's the skulls. I would just kind of be like, I don't know if anyway, but it's pretty cool. And this is Beth Horn. She was looking for a backing for this quilt, and she sent us a picture. I have a polar bear one that she's paper piece, so it's not finished. She has it on her carpet, but I just thought we needed to show everybody how beautiful this
That is
is.
pretty.
So Beth, we can hardly wait to see it when it's done, but we kind of had to give a quick preview just to kind of, you definitely get bragging rights on that. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We love when you share things with us. Okay.
Okay, we restocked on featherweight products this week, and we just wanted to remind you that we carry a lot of things. A lot of you have featherweights. So there's a good maintenance handbook that can walk you through how to take care of your little machine.
This is an excellent book. The fellow that does our maintenance says this is the best he's ever
Yes.
seen.
There's a schematic mat that you can set down and put your little machine on top when you're doing all this. It's nice thick rubber, and all these things are online that I'm showing you, so you should be able to find them there. If you're missing a little handbook, the instruction book, you can get one. And then there's a little maintenance log book if you want to keep track of when you serviced your machine. And when you're cleaning it up, there's a clean and shine kit, and also a tidy sew dusting kit.
Oh, and this dusting kit is one of my favorites. It has some nice little brushes in it, some little guys, and then it has 2 really good brushes plus a cleaning cloth. It's really a nice one.
Yeah, and this has just got the shine creams and the all kinds of things to keep it looking nice and sparkly because we like that. There's the felt drip pad if you need to replace that.
And you know, sometimes if you buy a machine, you'll notice it kind of has that smell to it, and it's just the oil. And all you have to do is change that felt drip pad, and it makes quite a difference.
Because it just accumulates over the years. If you need a new belt, we have those. Those are quite popular. As well as the grease, the motor grease, and the oil. So you need those things to keep your machine running in tip-top shape. And then there's some accessories that are fun to have, like a thread stand, a thread post, just to make sewing a little bit easier, so keep your threads organized. What else do we have? There's different feet you can get. There's a walking foot, so that's very popular too. And of course, as quilters, we'd like a 1/4 inch foot so that we can piece our 1/4 inch seam.
Yeah, there's even a little thing you can put down on top of your feed dog, so you could do free motion.
Yes, a little cover plate.
Oh, you brought that down too. Good.
So there's all these things. You don't just have to do a straight stitch. You can have fun with your little featherweight. There's also a foot controller. If the little rubber things on the bottom are crumbled or worn out, we have replacements for that.
Yeah, because these machines are only 100 years plus.
Yes. And the little bed cushions also. And if you need extra bobbins, because we always like to have extra bobbins, so we don't have to rewind and rewind. There's also a little LED light bulb.
And that makes a real difference from the regular bulb to put that LED in. You really get good lighting.
And just a little spool pin spring with the little felts. We also carry just the little red felts. There's a accurate seam guide and a seam square just to keep your seams to the proper width that you want. Little gadgets to help you do that. And last, a threadostat. There's also other things that I have online that I didn't bring down. We carry the featherweight table, the Sew Steady table for that, and a bag for your table. And then, of course, if there's something that you really want, we can always bring that in.
Absolutely.
Special order.
Gwen Brewer was mentioning Featherweight Shop, that they do have some good videos online about how much for the LED bulb she just asked.
1950.
1950.
Yeah.
Yeah, that answers your question, Sarah. We caught that just at the right time. So there's some good videos on maintaining your featherweight on the featherweightshop.com.
Okay. So there's a little bit more fabric. We always like to add some different things to our collection.
Oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, nice blues, some stars. Navy blues are always a good thing to have. Sometimes hard to find the right.
I know. Sometimes instead of black, a nice navy will really hold things together.
There we go.
Oh, that's better.
So just some
Sometimes
things
that's the way we have to tilt them for the light, isn't it?
to add to your stash.
Very nice. I'll move these while you talk about maybe what's behind us.
Okay, so behind us is a 5-yard kit from the A-OK patterns. It's called Churned. And so it is 5 yards of fabric. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's half yard for the binding. And so that kit is $80. And it's a nice lap, 50 by 65.
Yeah, we noticed our 3-yard people, quilt people, Fabric Cafe came out with a book on 5-yard quilts. That's quite lovely. And then we have these patterns also, and we thought, we should promote both.
And so, this can be, we did it in solids, just a more modern feel with, a churn dash is a very classic pattern. But that would look good in any kind of print, any other kind of solid colors.
Absolutely.
So it's just to show you, you can do whatever.
You could take something that's traditional and make it modern.
So here's some more of those 5-yard patterns. And they're in black and white so that you're not stuck in a box of what color they should be. You can decide what colors you'd like.
Yeah.
Very easy to follow patterns. Very good diagrams and details.
And those patterns are $13. So
Okay.
oh, and we had a book to show, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
This is Charming Jelly Roll Quilts, and you can see there's this one on the back too. But this is another by Annie. This is $15 for this one, but look at all the pretty quilts in here.
A lot of people love jelly rolls, so, and we always wonder, what should we do with it? We always wait for the right pattern.
I know, I was cutting mine up for Mondo bag. Now this time I'm cutting up. Oh yeah, and they have a little bonus project with each of them too.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry because that's so important. There's also matching mini quilts for each design using 5-inch squares.
Oh, that's fun.
So there's some very nice patterns in here.
So it's kind of like a BOGO.
Absolutely. You know, it
Remember-
took me a long time to know what that meant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I miss those days, you know. We were talking about this a little while ago when you went and bought kids' shoes at Payless, the BOGO sale. Every mom knows about that. Yeah, we miss those days.
Probably miss having them be little that you need to buy shoes for them.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because their feet were growing so quick.
The little rubber boots this time of year.
Yeah.
I still notice them all the time. Yeah. I don't know how we got here, but
I'm not, yeah, I was my little Eleanor. Yeah.
well, I guess on that note, we should do door prizes. How about that? Let's do the little tea towel.
All right, Cheryl Lay.
Congratulations, Cheryl. The moose.
It's very Canadian,
Panel.
huh?
Yeah.
Kate Vanderbilt.
Oh, I didn't get that either initially.
All right, and then the bright little fat quarter bundle.
Amy Van Akem.
Congratulations, Amy.
All right. Let me know if you'll pick up your prize or if I need to mail it to you.
And we need to make an announcement too, because next Wednesday we won't be here.
Oh, that's right. We get to sleep in. Well, I do anyway.
There is a trade show for the wholesale trade show, and it's in Chicago, and we will be gone to that, looking for some new things for the shop and new inspirations. So, and actually Arlene is going with us this time. So we just don't have enough people to run the show next week. So you're going to miss us for 1 week, but we're going to come back excited to tell you about all these new wonderful things that we saw.
Okay. Well, that should be really fun and interesting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So we have a quilt show, we have a retreat this weekend, and then we have Chicago. So it's like, woo!
It's the calm before the storm.
I know.
But we love to see all of you, and we hope you have a good week.
Okay, take care.